After starting the season really well, Ferrari has made a mess out of things. A combination of different factors has not only pushed them away from a potential championship victory, but also allowed Mercedes to get close to them in the points table. Why will Mercedes beat Ferrari in the championship? Join us in today's video to find out. The changes that the FIA brought in the 2022 season gave an edge to some teams. Ferrari at the start of the season was the most dominant team on the grid. The first Grand Prix of the season in Bahrain was won by Ferrari as it got the maximum points in the race. The results of Ferrari till the Miami Grand Prix kept it at the top of the points table. Ferrari's slump started at the Spanish Grand Prix. Reliability issues, strategic blunders and bad pit stops started to hunt them. Reliability issues in the F175 car started in Spain as Charles Leclerc failed to finish the race due to an engine failure. He was leading the race for more than 20-odd laps and was giving a tough time to Max Verstappen. Mercedes, on the other hand, took advantage of the opportunity with George Russell and Lewis Hamilton securing the third and fifth spots in the standing. They were struggling with the porpoising issue but were able to gain some form after Ferrari's collapse. Max Verstappen gained the lead for the first time over Charles Leclerc, and ever since, the lead is getting bigger and bigger. Charles Leclerc started the Miami Grand Prix weekend with flying speed. He was eyeing the first win in his hometown, but bad pit stops shattered his dreams. Leclerc had nothing to say about the bad call and said that the result was a freaking disaster. It indeed was a disaster, because the win was very much in the hands as it was in the Spanish Grand Prix. When the Ferrari drivers were still optimistic about their chances, reliability issues came to haunt them. In the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, neither Charles Leclerc nor Carlos Sainz were able to finish the race. Charles Leclerc was once again leading the race for the 21 laps, after which the power unit issue forced him to retire, along with his partner Carlos Sainz. Mercedes again took advantage of the situation and secured a pole position along with a fourth spot. The British Grand Prix again proved to be disastrous for Ferrari. The team allowed their drivers to fight for the top spot when they could have easily settled for a 1-2. However, the fight for the top spot did not prove wise for them. Carlos Sainz ended up winning the Grand Prix, but Charles Leclerc, who was leading the race for the most part of it, lost his top position and did not even make it to pole position. When there was only 10-odd laps left, the safety car was introduced in the race. Most of the drivers, along with Carlos Sainz, changed their tyres to soft. Charles Leclerc, on the direction of the team, stayed with the hards. This did not prove to be a good decision. He was not able to keep his top position. He stumbled down the ranks and ended up in the fourth spot. Mercedes again jumped on the opportunity and clinched the pole position. Charles Leclerc was finally able to win a Grand Prix after a long time in Austria. However, his teammate, who at one point was looking to beat Max Verstappen for the second spot in the race, again failed to finish the race due to an engine issue. This gave way for Lewis Hamilton to make it once again to the podium as Mercedes secured the third and fourth spot. French Grand Prix was a great opportunity for Mercedes to break into the top spot. Lewis Hamilton and George Russell both ended up on the podium as Charles Leclerc crashed into the wall, mostly due to his own fault. The Hungarian Grand Prix was also a show of Ferrari's bad strategic decisions. Talking about what went wrong for the team, Leclerc said, "In terms of pace, we were strong and probably had the pace. But yeah, eventually we didn't, and there are reasons for it." However, the car also did not perform as the team had expected, as the team boss Mario Binotto said, "What we were lacking today was really speed and pace." Ferrari fans were again disappointed by another strategic mistake in the Belgium Grand Prix. This time, the error came in the form of a penalty that Leclerc got for exceeding the limit by 1 km/h in the pit lane. He was handed a 5-second penalty for that, which pushed him down the grid in the standings. Tweeting on the incident, Leclerc sarcastically wrote, "P9 in lap 1, then tear off in the brakes that caused front right brake overheating. Have to stop to take off the tear off the brake and come back to P5. Took a 5-second penalty for being too quick in pit lane because of a burnt sensor caused by the first issue. Beautiful day." The bad form that started for Ferrari at the Spanish Grand Prix has continued. The reliability issue of the car has been complemented by constant bad decision-making by the team. Leclerc, who at one point was leading the race and thinking about winning the championship, is now behind Max Verstappen by 109 points. Sergio Perez, the Red Bull driver, has the same points now as Charles Leclerc, and behind them stands George Russell, who is only short by 13 points. This seems so unfair to Leclerc because there was a lot of races that he could have easily won had it not been for the strategic blunders of the team. In the constructors' standings, Mercedes is only 30 points behind Ferrari. This lead can easily shrink if Ferrari continues to go down the path it is headed for at least one more race. Mercedes has had its fair share of disappointment for its car this season, mostly due to the porpoising issue. However, its performance have not been that bad because they have been able to grab every opportunity Ferrari has provided them. Their strategies have been top-notch as they have been able to provide clear-cut directions to their drivers. They have assessed the situation well and changed their strategies accordingly, which has played very well in their favour. It has also given Mercedes some breathing space to tackle its existing issues. They have been able to get their performance close to Red Bull and Ferrari. Talking about the team's recent performances, Toto Wolff, the Mercedes boss, said, "While we're still not in the fight for victories, we're getting closer, so we need to keep the momentum going and the pressure on. We're set for an intensive second half of the season with 9 more opportunities to find improvements, make progress and hopefully challenge Red Bull and Ferrari for wins." The team, Wolff said, is going to undergo a relentless development to get their car in a finishing position with the top teams. The situation is now in Mercedes' favour. They have been able to take advantage of Ferrari's mistakes and have worked on their car's performance in the meantime. They are very close to beating Ferrari in the constructors' and drivers' standing. If Ferrari continues its bad form and Mercedes continues improving its car, the second spot could very well be up for grabs for Mercedes, both in the constructors' and drivers' standing.